All right, guys, it's been a little while since I have given you a new shop space update, so that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to show you where we're at, everything that's been completed up to this point, and we're getting ready to start moving in here. So I signed a lease, and as of December the 1st, this unit is officially mine, and I will occupy it for 12 months. Hopefully, at the end of the 12 months, we may sign it again and be here for another 12 months. I'm looking at this as being probably a 2-year endeavor here in the new shop space, okay? And we'll go ahead and start off outside here. I don't remember if I showed this completed, but we do have a handicap parking spot in front of our unit right here. But this is the handicap space that is for the entire unit right here. There's a sidewalk that goes all the way down, and the sidewalk actually attaches to all the units there. So you can take a pallet jack down the sidewalk, because at the end of that building, there's actually a loading dock for trucks to back in and be able to unload down there. So if I have to, we can unload trucks down there and use a pallet jack and bring the materials all the way down and into the shop. Just want to point that out, okay? So let's go on inside. You can probably see that we have lights in here officially. We have power, it is on. And there we go. This is what the new lighting for the shop is gonna look like right here. It looks pretty well lit up in here. I can't really tell looking at the camera how it looks on camera, but I'm thinking that it's gonna be pretty bright in here for what we're doing. If I need to, we can add some extra lights later down the road. If I need some more lighting over a specific area for a machine or a work area, we can certainly add to this if we need to, all right? And you probably noticed that the Gorbel drip crane is not finished yet, but this is my next task in line right here, is to finish this. I actually come down here and dropped off a pallet jack, some basic paper towels, and some soap, just so I'd have a way to wash my hands down here. I've got a list of supplies, and I'm planning on going down to Lowe's and picking up today, just, like trash can and just simple things that you need around here, because this place is basically empty. So we'll go get some of that stuff and bring it down here. And we're also going to pick up the grout for the base. That's my next project. I did mention that the contractor said that he was gonna grout that in for me, but it never happened. I asked a couple of times, it never happened, so I'm not asking anymore. We're gonna do that ourselves. That's the plan. I'm gonna get some 2x4s to make a form. We're gonna get the proper grout that we need, and we're gonna do this job ourselves. So hopefully in a day or two, I'm gonna be back and we're gonna get this job done. So that's the next thing in line. Once we get the grouting completed on it, we're gonna set up a day. Joe's gonna help me. He's gonna bring his forklift over here, and we're gonna finish erecting the rest of the crane and get this thing hooked up. We already have power there ready to power up the trolley, or the hoist, I mean. So the electricians are just waiting for me to get it finished, because that was part of our contract for the updated electrical, was them to hook in the Gorbel once it was ready. All right. I am going to, they cleaned the floors once, but the tire tracks are still in here. So my plan is to come in here once the crane is up out of the way, and I'm going to pressure wash the floor myself, clean it, and we're just going to do some basic concrete sealer for here. I've had a lot of suggestions for applications for the floor, but I don't want to invest my money in the expensive the floor coatings that you can get for the shop. We're going to do a basic sealer so that water and oils and stuff won't actually soak into the concrete if it gets dripped down there on it. We're going to use a sealer so I can go down there and just kind of wipe it and mop things up whenever that's needed. All right. So there are a few things that are kind of, I won't say it's finished the best, the finishing, the fine details of how things are finished out. We've got a couple little issues, but I'm just at a point where there's these little things, these little issues and problems that you find. Some of them you just got to take care of them yourself, instead of continuing to tell people, hey, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. Some of these things are very minor, so there's things that I'm going to have to deal with myself. For instance, here's our double door. We've got our handle here, our doorknob, but there's no deadbolt here. I don't need a deadbolt, but there's a hole here that it just looks bad to me that we have a hole there. So I'm gonna get something to fill this hole myself and just take care of that problem, so that I don't have to keep bothering Joe about that kind of stuff there. All right. Our light switch is right here. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off. You can see the difference there. I love the skylights in here. And we'll go ahead and flip the switch so you can see the lights come on. I think it's just the LED that's messing with the GoPro screen. It kind of looks a little funny seeing it there. Before we get to that stuff, let's go ahead and go back in the office so I can show you the finished office. And I did turn the air conditioner on for the very first time, and it's nice and cool in here. It's not very hot outside, so I had to take the temperature down just to get it to come on. Let's go ahead and, there we go. So air conditioner for the office, that's gonna work real well there. The restroom. So this is one of the things I was talking about. I come in here to hang a roll of paper towels so that we could wash our hands. And this guy right here, the screw wasn't even tight in this piece right here. So I've got to fix that. Just a minor thing, just cheap little details, you know, things like that. So I'll handle that, fix that. You know, so we need a trash can in here. We need toilet paper in here, cleaning supplies. We'll probably put a just some kind of shelf here, and maybe use this space in the bathroom for all of the cleaning supplies and chemicals. They might just stay right here in this bathroom. Boy, that air conditioner is feeling good. You can see how humid it is. See the door kind of fogged up? Very humid outside. And you can hear the fire trucks. Door does shut real nice. All right. I want to show you guys this. Very excited about this. So Mr. Cool stepped up and they decided to give me some units to cool this shop here. So big thanks to Mr. Cool on supplying. We have got 4 of your 3-ton mini splits. This is the same air conditioner that I've mounted in the shop at the house there. So we're gonna have 4 of those guys. So huge thanks to Mr. Cool for stepping up and wanting to donate some air conditioners for the shop right here. So that is gonna be one of the things that we get to pretty soon. I'm gonna have my stepdad, Fernando, he's gonna help me, and we're gonna get these Mr. Cool mini splits installed here in the shop. Our plan is to have one here, one there, kind of centered on the wall, and then we're gonna put 2 on this wall. So we'll have one right about here, and then we'll have one down there in that area there. And that's gonna supply us with 12 tons of air-conditioned units here, and I think that's gonna be efficient for the shop space. We do have very high ceilings, so that's another reason why we wanted to go with some extra tonnage. I think 2 units probably would have worked good to at least keep the humidity level down and keep it comfortable here in the summertime. But I think with the 4 mini split systems, I think it's gonna actually keep it nice and cool. I like to keep a nice cool shop. Other people like to keep it around 78, 80 degrees. To me, that's hot. I like to keep it down around, in the summertime, if you can keep a shop around 74, 75 degrees and you know, dehumidified, it makes for a lot more comfortable workspace. So anyway, we're gonna be working on those pretty soon. We do have a ventilation fan right there. This was another one of the things that I was trying to figure out. When I talked to Joe the other day, he was over here helping me. I said, hey, how do you turn that fan on? He says, there's a switch right underneath it. I said, no, there's no switch underneath there. I came over here and looked, and he looked, and that was not hooked up. So the electricians come in, and they hooked it up. So now we have a switch for our exhaust fan. So that'll be a nice addition to have. These are super nice. When you've got nice weather and you want to make a little draft through here and pull the air through. Also, whenever you're doing machining ops and you're making smoke, like I do, I like dark cutting oil, and you got it smoky, that works great for pulling all that through the shop right there. Another thing on the list is to get this wall behind me painted. We're going to paint this wall and paint that wall there. Now I did know going into this lease that Joe does not paint these walls. Already knew that, so that was just part of the deal, is that the tenants are in charge of putting any kind of coating on the wall that they choose to. Some people don't paint them and other guys do, so we're going to be getting to that as well. get the walls painted, get the floors cleaned, get the crane up, and get our Mr. Cool mini splits installed in here, and get them ready for this summer that's going to be coming up soon, sooner than what we like. So I think that's going to be about it for this update. I'm going to head down to Lowe's now and get some of the non-shrinking grout and some boards so we can form this up. I have watched a few videos on grouting in a column or a machine base metal foundation like this right here. So we will just build a form to go around this and mix up the grout and pour it in there and let it self-level up to the bottom of the base plate right there. And then once that's done, we'll start erecting the rest of it here. So that's going to be it for this shop update. And like I said, when we get started on that, I'm going to have the camera and show you how I tackle that. So we will see you again very soon.